The station lights glowed with a soft blue tone as dawn cycled through the halls. The entire research deck had been silent through the night, yet the silence felt heavier than usual. Every scientist and every medic waited for an answer they did not know how to expect. In the isolation room at the center of the deck, the alien princess breathed in a slow and uneven rhythm. The strange shimmering patterns across her skin had faded by the time morning arrived. Her pulse remained fragile. The medics feared she would not last another cycle. Only one person had remained beside her through the night. His name was Leon. He sat in a rigid chair near her bed, with his hands clasped and his gaze fixed on the floor. He could feel every minute pass. He replayed the event again and again in his mind. He had offered his blood when the medics believed no cure existed. They had tested every serum and every energy treatment. Nothing worked until his blood touched her system. Yet even now no one understood why the medics had tried to convince him to rest, but he refused. He stayed because he had made a choice that none of them had dared to make. The princess had opened her eyes earlier for a brief moment. She had whispered something he did not understand. Her voice had been weak. The sound barely reached his ear. But she had looked straight at him. That alone had been enough to keep him rooted to the floor dot when the morning cycle reached full brightness. A soft hum carried through the room. The monitors above the bed flickered with new color. Her heart rhythm rose slightly. The lines on the screen shifted from dull blue to pale green. Leon stood from the chair. His chest tightened with a mixture of hope and fear. The medics outside noticed the readings and rushed into the room. Their boots clicked across the smooth floor as they formed a half circle around the bed. One medic held a thin scanner above the princess. Another checked the nutrient line. A third tapped their tablet with rapid precision. The alien princess shifted slightly beneath the blankets. Her fingers twitched. The faint shimmer across her skin returned. It was weak yet steady. When she opened her eyes again, the room fell silent. Her eyes were filled with a soft golden glow. They searched the medics for a moment, then landed on Leon. She looked at him as if she had been looking for him from the beginning. Her lips parted with effort. She spoke in her language, filled with slow and melodic tones. The translation device on the wall picked up the sound and created a gentle echo in human speech. "Why did he give so much?" the translator said in a soft monotone. Leon felt a jolt of heat spread across his chest. He stepped forward. The medics moved aside. One of them lifted the scanner again. Another whispered into a CUM device. Rumors had already spread through the research deck. The idea of a human saving an alien princess with nothing but his own blood had stunned everyone. But seeing her awake made the shock deepen. "I gave it because they said you would not survive," Leon said in a quiet voice. "I could not stand and watch that happen." Her eyes studied him with genuine confusion. Her species rarely encountered humans. Their cultures had never fully aligned. Their trust had always been uncertain. Yet this human had ignored every boundary. He had made a decision none of her own guards or advisors would have considered. Her gaze drifted toward his arm, where the bandages wrapped his skin. She raised her hand and touched her own chest as if comparing their conditions. She whispered something again. The translator repeated her words. "Your life for mine. Why?" Leon searched for an answer, but found none simple enough. He had acted on instinct. He had not thought about the consequences or the danger. All he knew was that she had needed help, and no one else had been willing to offer what she required. The medics had feared the unknown interaction. The scientists had feared contamination. Leon had only feared losing her. Even if he could not explain why as the medics continued their examinations, one of the senior researchers entered the room. He was an older man named Halle, with a calm and measured way of speaking. He wore a white coat layered with thin glowing threads used for advanced analysis. He approached Leon with slow steps. "We need to understand what happened," Halle said. "Your blood did more than stabilize her. It triggered a full resurgence in her energy field. Her cells shifted into a different recovery pattern. We have never recorded anything like this." Leon nodded weakly. "I understand." Halle paused. "How much of your blood did you give?" Leon hesitated. He remembered the medics shouting at him during the process. He remembered the dizziness. He remembered their attempts to stop him. "Enough," he said simply. Halle sighed. "Far too much. You should not even be standing." Leon felt the truth in his words. His body was tired. His legs were unsteady. But he remained upright. He remained because the princess was awake now, and her gaze had not left him. Hall stepped closer to the bed and addressed the princess in a respectful tone. Through the translator, his words came through clear. "Your Highness, we did what we could, but it was his blood that saved you. We do not know why the reaction occurred. If you can speak, we would like to understand what your body experienced." The princess closed her eyes for a moment. When she opened them again, the golden glow had strengthened. She raised her hand. Her fingers trembled. She touched her own forehead gently. Then her hand drifted outward toward Leon. Her voice carried a soft hum before her words formed. "He carries something ancient," the translator repeated. "Something my people lost long ago." The medics exchanged confused glances. Halle leaned forward with interest. Leon himself felt a chill run across his skin. "Ancient," he repeated. "What does that mean?" The princess struggled to sit up. Leon stepped forward to help, but stopped when she raised a hand. She managed to lift herself with slow effort. Her breathing deepened. Her shoulders relaxed. She looked stronger than she had in days. Her voice continued in a steady rhythm as the translator echoed. "My people once lived in harmony with another race," she said. "A race that carried energy through their bodies. Not magic. Not science. Something older. Something balanced between both. We called them the life-bearers. They vanished long before my time. Our scholars believe they died out. But your blood holds the same pattern." Leon stared at her. "My blood is normal. I am nothing special." "You are wrong," the translator responded in her voice. "Your blood connected with mine and awakened my life energy. Without it, I would have passed from this world." Halle stepped back. His eyes widened with realization. "If this is true, your species possesses a dormant trait we never discovered. Something compatible with her physiology. Something capable of restoring her energy field." The princess turned her head toward Halle. Her expression was calm but firm. "His life force saved mine. This is not an accident. It is a bond." Leon felt his heart race. The word bond echoed in his mind. He did not know what it meant in her culture. He did not know what it meant for his own life. But he sensed its weight. The medics continued to gather data. Their scanners hummed with rising intensity. The princess grew more stable with each minute. Leon watched as color returned to her skin. He watched her eyes brighten. He watched the shimmer across her body settle into a gentle glow. She was alive again. He had been part of that miracle. Halle turned to Leon. "We need to run tests on your blood. If there is a shared trait between our species, it will change everything. But we cannot run tests unless you agree." Leon looked at the princess. She met his gaze with quiet strength. Her voice came again. "Do not fear. Your gift is safe with me." Leon inhaled deeply. "I agree. Do whatever tests you need. If this helps her or helps others, then do it." Halle nodded. "Good. We will begin soon." The medics prepared the equipment. They checked the systems. They ensured every precaution was in place. Leon felt the tension rise again. But this time, it felt different. The fear had softened. Hope replaced it. The princess lowered her head slightly. Her gaze softened. She raised her hand toward him. "Come closer." Leon stepped forward. He stood beside her bed. She placed her hand on his wrist. Her touch was warm. Her fingers trembled softly, but the energy from her skin pulsed against his. The translator repeated her words. "You risked your life to save mine. I owe you something beyond thanks. My people will honor this act. They will protect you. They will welcome you." Leon shook his head slowly. "I did not do it for honor. I did it because it felt right." She studied his face. "Then your heart is stronger than ours." The medics watched the interaction with silent fascination. Halle recorded every detail. But Leon did not care about the attention. He cared only about the princess, who now breathed with steady rhythm. He cared about the connection between them. A connection neither of them understood, yet both felt deeply. Hours passed as the research team studied the data. Hall returned with more questions, but Leon answered what he could. The princess spoke when she was strong enough. Her words carried through the translator with clarity. She described feelings in her body that none of the medics had documented before. She spoke of energy fields. She spoke of ancient bonds. She spoke of a harmony that had once existed between species. Each explanation opened new questions. Each question created new possibilities. But above all, every person on the research deck understood one thing: the event was not ordinary. It was not luck. It was not coincidence. It was something much larger than any of them imagined. Leon found himself seated beside her again as the day cycled.